So we're going to take a look at recent tour winner Xander Schauffele's swing. Xander has had an amazing start this year and a great season last year. Really good Open Championship, came high up in a lot of events, winning regularly on the tour. We're going to have a look at the attributes that make his swing work and what you can then apply and take out of it that you could apply to your game. So let's take a look at the swing right now. We can see here we've got two driver swings. We've got one from the recent win at Kapalua and this one from the Dell Championship from driver front view. So from the down the line on the right hand side of the screen, we can see a really super athletic setup, looks absolutely fantastic. Something to have a look from the front view is the upper body is leaning away a little bit from the target from the outside of that left ankle. That's going to give him the opportunity to really max out hitting up on the ball to get everything he can out the driver. So he's not a massive guy. Having a look at his profile, it says he's sort of 5'8.5" to 5'9". So he's not a massive guy, but obviously he sends it out there because Kapalua isn't a short course. So having a look at this one right here, he's set up for a little fade on the right hand side of the screen. First move away, everything's working away really, really nicely here. Triangle of the arms and the body in the club is fantastic. So that's all as one single unit, moving back and winding up. Have a look from the front view, left-hand side of the screen. We can see the triangles in place and the club starts to set relatively quite late. At this point now, left arm is parallel to the ground, but we can still see right here that that club isn't fully loaded, so he hasn't set the wrist yet. What we then see is getting this on the right hand side. This is now the same position, but what he's done is he's got the arms in line with the sternum, left arm's parallel to, or pretty close parallel to the feet, and the arms are really in line with that sternum. What we then see is he gets to the top. He gets the arms in an amazing position at the top. They sit just on top of the shoulder plane. He's got quite a sort of modern wrist position. Seen a lot of guys with it very, very slightly bowed at the top here. Okay, so this is just being something that's popular at the moment with a lot of players, but it's not something that everybody's going to be having to do. One thing we can see here, he's got really strong, stable legs and a stable base. So take this to the top from the front view, and what we see, that club loads in at the top, but the legs are really, really solid. Now from here, this is where the key attributes of the swing take place for me. What we see is that this left knee moves towards the target, okay, and the pelvis recenters and also moves a little bit towards the target here, but the upper body stays really stable. So having a look at that from here, that lower body's gone forwards, but if we go from here and just take this on 3 or 4 frames, the club hasn't moved in direction, but the body has started to change. So this is a phenomenal kinematic sequence. That means that the lower body's starting down, and we see there's a lot of tension in his shirt top in this area here. So this is all being stretched down this lat region. Then what he's going to then be able to do is really unwind with that body, and we can then see how he then turns into impact. So we can see the club's still parallel to the floor here, okay, and what we see is that the head starts to slightly push back to the right as he's pushing up from the ground, and this is a thing that we see a lot with the driver, which in modern players, which gives them the ability to hit up on the ball. Having a look from the down the line, we see here's the change in direction. So the lower body goes quite aggressively. Okay, so we get back to the squat position. Club's shallowed, but then we get into impact here, and we can just see how open this body is at impact. Okay, so this is really, really impressive, just how open the body is in this area here. Shoulders and hips really open as that weight is moving into that left heel. And then what he then does is everything rotates around, and he's just absolutely bombing this. But because the arms are up on the body, he's got a lot of space. It looks like he's got pretty long arms relative to his body profile. So that means that when they sit up on the torso right here, he starts down, they've got loads of room, which we can see here is a massive triangle of daylight. Okay, this is really important, having this for a lot of players, because now when the body opens up, it gives the ability to let the left arm move into the body in this direction as it opens up through impact. We can see right here, kicking it back just a couple of frames here from the front view, and we can see just how that left arm works into the body as everything opens up. What we see is here's the elbow pointing at the target, and then we'll see how that moves into the ribs as the whole body opens up through impact. take this through right now, and then we see how everything then rotates around, and there's absolutely nothing held back here. That one from Schauffele was absolutely bomb, tight little cut. But what the key thing that I see for him is the fact that how he's able to create, you know, a separation in that transition, which therefore allows him to generate a load of power. So thinking about Xander's move right there, what we're going to do is go outside now and have a look at that key move in that transition where he's creating that separation. And we're going to look at a really simple drill that will allow you guys to get a feeling of how you can create separation, create stretch down the left side of your body, which will therefore allow you to increase your club head speed, but therefore get the maximum out of your golf swing. So having a look at Xander's swing, what we noticed is as he gets to that top of the backswing, that lower body starts down first, and we can see how that creates that separation. Now the key is we're going to look at a really, really simple drill that's going to allow you to do this. So taking hold of the club in your left hand, the right hand will grab hold of the left wrist right here. What we then do is take this to the top. As he's at the top here, holding that wrist stable, what you're going to do is start down with that lower body, and that's how we create that tension in this left lat. So hold it and feel how that transition can take place, and then let go and let everything start to come through. It's really, really good because what you're going to be able to do is feel how you build up the resistance, feel the tensions built up in the lat, and therefore how you can separate in the transition and then let everything fire through the ball together, which is going to create more club head speed. This is what he does. He starts down with that lower body and creates great sequencing from that ground up. This drill will allow you to get more speed, create tension through the arm, and if you want to then know what it's going to feel like as well, as you start down, feel the stretch in the lat, feel like that arm just stays up there a hair longer, and that will then create more speed as the club head will be the last thing to move in that downswing. If you've enjoyed this analysis, comment below. Who else would you like to see analysed? Which swings are out there that you want to see featured on the channel? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thanks for watching, and talk to you again very soon.